Am I live? It says I'm live. We'll see if this works. Guys, it's been a roller coaster getting here. I'm going to spare you and not explain all the settings I've changed to make this live stream hopefully work. But it's going to be okay. It's running now. Just let me know in the comments if anything goes really, really wrong, and I'll see what I can do. Anyways, before I get into, sorry, I'm just trying to get my windows all set up right here. Okay, so before I get into chatting with you guys in the comments, because live streams get so crazy as time goes on, even though, it doesn't have to be a ton of people, it just gets, yay, Jesse, I'm glad it's live. It doesn't have to be a ton of people, it's just that the chat gets so distracting that it feels super chaotic. So before I get into chatting with you guys and hanging out, which I'm assuring you I will get to that. That's the main reason I'm here. I do want to just give a couple updates for those of you who are rewatching this, I'm speaking to the future, who are rewatching this after the fact that couldn't make it to the live stream. If you're wondering where to get notifications about upcoming live streams, if it didn't show up in your subscriptions box for some reason, I always post about it on Facebook the day of, and usually a couple days before, whenever I schedule it, I'll put up a post. So go follow me on my Facebook page. That's facebook.com/laurenwithoutfear. I also post video clips to there 3 days a week, so go check that out. It's been super fun. I have a bunch of notes. So, all right, quick updates. Life is insane right now. I'll spare you the majority of it, but I have 3 jobs right now. So it's just been a little chaotic. But we're dealing with it. And let's see, Katie said, heading on the subway. Well, hi, Katie. I hope Beijing is treating you really well. Katie has just moved recently to Beijing, so I'm excited to hear more about that. We've been talking in the WeChat group. Anyways, already distracted. My mental health has not been at its prime recently, to be perfectly honest with you. To the point where I'm kind of holding off on mental health content on here just for a little bit. Obviously it won't stay that way. This whole thing is, travel paired with anxiety, but rather than making videos about mental health, I'm focusing more on making videos about travel, San Francisco, food, food in the Bay Area, stuff like that, and then interspersing mental health stuff. Oh my gosh, there's 2 squirrels fighting on this tree. I literally had a dog moment. Squirrel! No, there's literally 2 squirrels though. Anyways. So, mental health will be more interspersed throughout videos rather than focusing on it right now. However, I still post about mental health, very personal updates, video and written, to my Patreon page. So if you donate $1 or more a month on Patreon, I do occasionally post, they just started a thing called Lens, which is similar to Instagram stories or Facebook stories. I've been starting to post on there. It's a little finicky, so I'll figure it out eventually, but post on there every couple weeks, something like that. I'm going to try to get it once a week. That's another thing, is my organization is improving. I have had such a hard time organizing my life, and it has taken a toll on everything. Big surprise. So I've been working on that. Now I'm getting hot. Getting all nervous and hot. Okay, so let's see. Life is insane. My brain is on the mend. I am using cognitive behavioral therapy techniques to kind of fix the way I think about things, because that's been affecting everything else. Just basically anxiety lies, and I'm trying to tell my brain truths. That's really what's happening. So I've been posting more about that in Patreon. Oh, and the other thing is the Facebook group. There's a lot of information, but the Facebook group, The Fearless Fam, I also engage a lot about mental health in that group. So if you came here thank you, Jessie. So Jessie's posting links in the chat. I hope YouTube is showing chat now. I heard that they are on replays. That's why I usually have the chat right here on my screen, but this time I just did my face, which is a little bit intimidating, but I think YouTube switched their format, so that's where we're going this time. Let me know if you want me to switch it back to the old format where chat pops up as real time. Anyways, so if you're looking for mental health content, My best recommendation for you is, one, donate $1 a month or more on Patreon for those super personal like life updates that are more focused on like my life. If you want to engage and support other people and seek support from a community, I recommend the Fearless Fam group on Facebook. So yeah, that's the mental health section of all of this. The other thing is travel is coming. I'm like thankful that I haven't had any travel plans, like a ton of travel plans lately, because it's been so crazy. I'm just trying to get enough sleep. Like that's hard enough in itself. It's just life, you know, just how life goes. But I'm actually going to be going to Cancun first is Oregon. So that's only like a couple weeks away. I'm going to Oregon for a friend's wedding. I'm going to be vlogging the whole thing. Then like 2 weeks after that, I'm going to Cancun for a work trip, which should be interesting. I've never been to Mexico before. I should make sure my passport's still good. Oh, no, it definitely is. Okay, anyways, squirrel. Let's see, that's in May. In nothing big in June, we are still scouting out Yosemite campsites. Yosemite, it was so sad. We'll get into more of that later, but let's see, as long as you don't edit the stream, it will show the chat on replay. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Jesse, for letting me know. Yeah, if you didn't watch the video, basically we had this Yosemite trip planned like super last minute. We're like, oh my gosh, we got it! This is so crazy! Because it's really hard to get a campsite at Yosemite. It's insanely hard. It's always packed. And we finally got one, and then there was flooding, and they closed down the park. So it's very disappointing. But anyways, in June, I'll be scouting out more like Yosemite campsites. So hopefully we can make that work. I definitely want to do at least one camping trip in June. July is looking like a real vacation, like 9 or 10 days on the East Coast. It's gonna happen. It's gonna be a combination of travel content, like I want to vlog my time there, and also capture content to put into like combination videos, like 10 things to do and blah, 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 blah. We're going to be going to North Carolina, so I'm really excited. We're also going to hit up this mountain town. It's like they call it like the Austin of North Carolina, if you know anything about Austin, Texas. Let's see. That's July. Then fast forward to September. I'm taking 3 trips in September. There was possibly a 4th trip, which is my, I feel so old. My 10-year high school reunion. I'm probably not going, to be honest. I'm from a small town, you know, I just feel uncomfortable. I don't know, maybe, I don't know, probably not. The thing is I have a work trip 2 days later, and then after that work trip, it's almost back to back with another work trip, and that is almost back to back with a trip, I'm not going to say where, but it's to see a friend in the US, but not in California. It's out of state. That's where I'll leave it. Just because I don't know what all the details are. I have no idea. Anyway, so there's a lot of travel happening this year. That's the point of this. And I'm hoping to make vlogs out of it. With the work trips, I'm going to have to be honest, I'm going to have to feel it out and see how it goes. But Instagram stories, definitely go check those out. I think my Instagram is Lauren Without Fear. Some of my handles are like Lauren Sans Fear, Lauren whatever I almost swore, but I didn't. Yay. Look in the description. All the links are in there. Instagram stories definitely posted in there. Facebook, blah, 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 blah. Is there anything else? This update's getting boring. One more. My redesign. It's not going to be... Okay, I shouldn't preface it like that. I hate when YouTubers do that. They're like, I'm sorry for the lighting. I'm sorry I have a zit. And I'm sorry for this. And I apologize for everything. Okay, now let's get into the real content. No, I'm not doing that. Next week, I'm going to be premiering my new channel art. And I'm also going to talk about the person who made the art for me. It's very exciting. My social media accounts are all going to get a makeover, new imagery and all that kind of stuff. So basically it's like a brand redesign, I guess you could call it. Very, that term makes it sound like such a big deal. I just was like, can I do this? I think so. Like, it's all mostly done, but I'm just like, I don't know. Never done this before, the channel redesign thing. So next week on Wednesday, that's that's when I'm planning to launch the whole channel redesign. There will be a video announcing it and everything, so trust me, you won't miss it. It'll be pretty obvious. Okay, now we're done with the updates. The next two things I want to do is, I forgot to bring my friend in here. I feel like it's not a good idea to like leave your own stream and be like, I'll be right back, so I'm not going to do that, but dang it. I have a Chewbacca backpack from Disneyland. One year, I think it was the first year that Eric and I were together for my birthday. Yeah, he's like, what do you want for your birthday? And I said, I want a Chewbacca backpack. And he's like, any other suggestions? And I was like, I want a Chewbacca backpack. So I've had this Chewbacca backpack for quite a long time. It basically looks like Chewbacca is like hanging onto your shoulders. It's very cute. And I have a little Ewok keychain on there. It's so adorable. But anyways, I was going to turn around and have the Chewbacca backpack on and tell you, may the 4th be with you. But it's obviously not going to happen. So I'll just verbally say it. May the 4th be with you. And I'm actually going out to meet up with a friend tonight. It's such a funny thing. Like, her and I grew up in the same hometown. We met up with each other in Beijing, and now we both live, like, really close together in the Bay Area. It's so random. And her and I haven't seen each other since Beijing. So I was like, let's get together. She's going back to Beijing for a short visit. So I'm getting together with her tonight, and I'm totally wearing my Chewbacca backpack because it's Star Wars Day, and May the 4th. Be with you. Anyways. Oh, the last little update before I get into some wine. I filmed a video the day that I filmed the Samwo, oldest Chinese restaurant in San Francisco video, which if you haven't seen it, go on my channel. It's the most recent video that's gone up. It went up last week. The day that I filmed that, I had actually also filmed another video that was much more exhausting. Oh my gosh. And I don't actually think I can monetize that video. So it also is a touchy subject. I don't know how to bring it up, but I want to be able to bring it up, you know? Okay, so on April 20th, every year, there's big celebrations in Golden Gate Park. I posted about this, I believe, on my Instagram stories. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I did. I don't know. So, am I allowed to say the word cannabis? I'm not trying to shock you or anything like that. I'm not, like, suggesting anything. It is completely legal here. Like, recreationally in California, it's controlled. So it's similar to, like, alcohol. So cannabis is now legal in California. This is the first year that it's been legal in California, like, for recreational use. And in Golden Gate Park at Hippie Hill, which is really called, I think it's called Sharon Meadows is the real name of it, but everyone calls it Hippie Hill. There's a huge gathering there every year. There has been since probably like the 60s, and it's absolutely insane. It's never been regulated before, except for this year. The police department in San Francisco was like, okay, this is a city regulated event now. Like, this is allowed. We're allowing this to happen. No one is allowed to smoke cannabis or consume cannabis in the park because it's not allowed to be consumed publicly. But you know what happens in a big city when you get a bunch of people together and say you can't do something. They do it anyways, and you can't really control it. So anyways, guess you can, as it is legal in your state. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm going to do a little bit more research on this. But the whole point of the video was to just share with you guys that like, this is the first year it's been legal. This is how insane the celebration looked like. There were like an estimated 10 to 15,000 people there. Not good for anxious people. I went by myself and I left. Okay, so like the big celebration happens at 4:20 p.m., right? I was out of there at like 4:26. Like, I was like, bye, because it's just too much for me. So I filmed that whole day, the journey of getting there, how crazy it was, what it looked like the first time it was ever legal. And I think that's like such a historic, monumental thing. And I'm also so excited that cannabis is legal. I voted to legalize it. And the big reason is because of our prison system, which is a whole nother topic, and I'm not going to get into it. But if you want to do some research about the U.S. prison system and how cannabis has played a major role in like overpopulating the prisons, definitely go research it on your own. It's not a topic I'm going to bring up on here, but that's the biggest reason that I'm happy that cannabis is legal. So, and I'm purposely not calling it marijuana, which most people would call it, just because I don't know. I think cannabis is the more like correct way to talk about it. I think you can talk about it however you want, weed, cannabis, marijuana, whatever you want to say. But yeah, so I filmed that whole video. I did not expect to go onto this big of a rant, but basically I filmed the video of that entire event. It's a whole thing, and I plan to upload it. I'm very nervous to do so, but it is legal, so I shouldn't be nervous. It just makes me feel weird because I don't want to like upset anybody or offend anyone, you know? So yeah, that video is going to be going up later. I'm not sure if I can monetize. I'll figure out if I can or not, but it's going up regardless. I don't care. It's fine. YouTube monetization doesn't make much money anyways. Let's be real. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to toast to 7,000 subscribers. Yes, I've already opened this bottle of wine. I really like this wine, actually. It's $4 at Trader Joe's. It is a Chilean Cabernet Sauvignon. I used to hate red wine and then started liking it for some reason. I don't know. I guess I got old. And I do something really classy. I put an ice cube in my wine glass. So don't judge me. I don't want a very big glass. Okay. All right. I should have poured this in advance, but now you get to see me struggle. Okay, try not to drip on anything. Wine is impossible to get out of your stuff. Anyways, I want to say a toast to 7,000 subscribers. So cheers to 7,000. Thank you, thank you, thank you to everyone who is part of the Fearless fam. That's what I call anyone who subscribes to this channel. It's confusing because we have a Fearless fam Facebook group and WeChat group, but I call all of you the Fearless fam. That's what I call you. Have been since before 1,000 subscribers. Shout out to some of the OGs. I know Valeria. Have I said your name right ever? Valeria? Val? I don't know. If you're watching this, shout out to you. You're one of like the OG subs. Jesse, you've been following me for a very, very long time, and you're so helpful and awesome. There's so many of you. If you have been subscribed to me, if you remember what milestone I was at when you subscribed, definitely comment it below. I'm going to start to get into the comments, and we're going to hang out here for a little while. But yeah, let's see. How many subscribers was this channel at when you joined? If you remember, it's fine if you don't. I also wrote down some. Oh, let me take a drink. We just cheers. Sweet victory. So, I just wrote down some of the like milestones. So I started this channel in March 2016. It originally started as a blog. And I was like, I don't want to be on the blog. I don't want my face in anything. Video content terrifies me. And then it was like the universe kept shoving video in my face. Like, you need to make a video. You need to make a video. And I'm like, fine, I'll make a video. And if you go on my Facebook page, which Jesse posted in the comments, a link to it, is the first link he posted. I actually posted a clip from the very first time I ever vlogged. Like, in China, for sure. But probably this is the first time I ever vlogged with the intention of actually sharing it with somebody. So yeah, that all started in March 2016, I think, yeah, March, in Nanjing, China. That's where I first started my YouTube channel. Then, fast forward, so March, April, May, June, July, August, 5 months later, did I count that right? 5 months later, I was in Thailand. And I met up with Psycho Traveler, which if you haven't followed her, why not? Why aren't you following her? Where have you been? YouTube.com/psychotraveler. She's the best. Like, honestly, such a cool person. Hi, Jency. Thanks for the new subscriber. Thanks for letting me know that you're a new subscriber. And welcome to the Fearless fam. Did I say your name right? Jency? Sorry, I'm just going to catch up on the comments real quick. Katie, thank you for the congrats. That's so nice. Jesse, thank you for all the comments. You're like, I can't even, you're a moderator dream. I've never expected to have such a, like, on it moderator. Like, I really should pay you soon. And then, let's see, is anyone else? Katie thinks she came in around 3,000 or 4,000. That's so awesome. It's going to be, okay, hold on, let me back up a second. So, it all started March 2016. In August 2016, I was in Thailand. I visited, I met Psycho Traveler for the first time, Ali, in Chiang Mai, Thailand. And I remember at the time, she was like, she gave me a shout out in her vlog, which was so nice. And I really wasn't expecting her to. I was hoping for it, obviously, but I wasn't like expecting her to. And And then we chatted for hours and hours. We had so many beers. And then she was just like, hey, I want to give you a shout out. What's your URL? And I was like, actually, and this is August, 5 months after YouTube. I was like, actually, I don't have a custom URL yet because I don't have 100 subscribers yet. And she was like, oh, you'll have 100 subscribers after this. And I was like, okay. And I remember it exploded from there. It was like, that was the little push I needed. Like, meeting up with Psycho Traveler was just this little, like, push to get to, like, I don't know, a couple hundred. I think maybe, like, just under 500, something like that. And then I was able to make my custom URL for the first time. If you're curious, it's youtube.com/laurenwithoutfear. But I'm pretty sure the YouTube URL I gave her, I was like, I made a custom bit.ly link that can take people to it. It was like bit.ly/Lauren is a chode. It's like such a bad choice. But, you know, it's all good now. So that was August 2016. I had maybe around, like, I don't know. Within the month, I probably hit around 400, something like that. Then in January 2017, so I was back in the States by that point, I finally hit 1,000 subscribers. Then, my next big milestone was 5,000 subscribers. And that happened about 12 months later in December 2017. So now we are in May. I don't know what month it is apparently. About 5 months later, and I'm at 7,000 subscribers. We are at 7,000 members of the Fearless Fam. That is insane. And it's growing so fast that without a doubt in my mind, the Fearless Fam is going to be 10,000 strong by the end of the year. Like, without a doubt. You can take your bets on what month you think that's going to happen. I don't know. I don't really, to be honest, I don't really like to track, like, too hard. Like, I keep a monthly spreadsheet of, like, Lauren Without Fear growth, just because I am trying to turn this into my eventual career. But I don't get too hung up on, like, not having, this hair is driving me crazy. God! You're not helping. I don't tie up my confidence in what I do and my self-worth in numbers of any kind. It's just not healthy. So I don't do that. So I could probably estimate a better, like, time period when we're going to hit 10,000, but it's going to happen, like, I'm going to blink and it's going to happen. It's going to be insane. And thank you. That's really all I have to say. I need to shut up and drink some wine. For $4 wine, this is, like, really good. But also, I've had very few expensive wines in my life. I've had a lot of expensive beer, but not a lot of expensive wine. Jency, I'm really glad that I said your name right. Katie, it was around the time of your first live stream. Oh, that's awesome. I waited that long to do a live stream? I was kind of terrified of live streams, and I'm not in love with them anymore. They're scary. Like, it's like, okay, now be on. Like, now you're on, and you have no choice. It's like, it's just you. I mean, maybe if there was someone else here, it wouldn't be so scary, but I don't know. Whatever. It's fun. I just like hanging out with you guys. Jesse, stop it. You're so nice. My payment is your smiles. You're so nice. Thank you for being so supportive all the time. So sweet. Okay. The other thing I wanted to do in this stream, unless there's something in particular you guys want to chat about, if you have questions, comments, topics, put them in the comments. Now's the time. I've got about 20 more minutes to hang out with you guys, okay? We got 20 solid minutes. And we can just sit here and you can just watch me drink wine. That's fine. And I can just chat to myself. But I'd prefer it if we hung out. So let me know if there's something you want to talk about in the comments. Also, I don't think Friday night, I knew going into this that Friday night was, like, not the best choice for a live stream. I'm like, this is Saturday morning in China and, like, Friday night in the States. This is probably the worst choice, but it works for my schedule. Let's just do it. So thank you to everyone who's joining so far. How many are there? There's only about 3 of us in the comments. Like I said, though, it's not how I measure my success. I don't actually think I know how to tell how many people are on a live stream. That's kind of sad. 8? I'm not really sure. Anyways, if there's more out there besides Katie, Jency, and Jessie, just say a quick hi. I'd love to see who you are and let me know where you are. Where are you watching from in the world? Okay. So if something pops up in the comments, I will let it interrupt my conversation. But there's a couple of things. I just wanted to give you some like behind the scenes information here. I need to get my feet off of this so it stops wiggling. I'm sorry. Search on Patreon for Lauren Without Fear to see exclusive back scene posts. Oh yeah, like behind the scenes. Yeah, definitely. There's I post a lot of, like, it's more personal. I just don't want to put my whole life on YouTube, like, because it's not demeaning. Like, okay, like 99% of people are extremely nice, and then there's 1% of people that will just make a comment at a time when you don't need that comment in your life, and it can ruin you, I don't know, it can just ruin your day, and it can ruin your confidence, and yeah, I don't know. Like, someone one time told me, like, the mental health branding on your YouTube channel is cringy, and I was like, my whole life is cringy then, and it has stuck with me. It's so sad, like, when you deal with mental illness, like, that stuff sticks with you. So yeah, I just want to be careful with myself and not share too much. But I will always share too much on Patreon. So if you want to hear too much about my life, go to Patreon. Jency, you're from the Bahamas? That is so cool. That's really cool. I work for, like, so YouTube is right now a part-time job. My full-time job is in the travel industry, and we totally have, like, I totally make content about the Caribbean, like, all the time. And I've never been to the Caribbean. If I had to pick a spot, like a very specific spot where I would go, like if I could be transported right now, based on images alone, I feel like Turks and Caicos is, or nope, St. Lucia. St. Lucia is near the top of my list for sure. But honestly, all the Caribbean islands look ridiculously pretty. So yeah, what's it like to be from the Bahamas? Do you live in the States also? Okay, I'm just going to go into a little bit of behind the scenes information about some of my recent videos. So let's start with, I'll just go down the list. Let's see, Samwo. So my friend Shooting was the one who organized that whole thing, and I'm actually going to be meeting up with Shooting next week to do an extremely fun video that I am so excited about. Oh my gosh. There is a chain of stores that are vital to Chinese people living in the Bay Area and just in America in general. It's a chain store aimed at Chinese people. Jessie, you are so nice. Jessie just super chatted me $10. Jessie, you are so nice and kind. Thank you. Thank you for everything you do. Jessie is like a moderator on the chat. He's like a super big help. I don't know what the title is, but you're some sort of moderator or something on the Fearless Fam. Always so supportive. So thank you. That is so kind, Jessie. Thank you so much. That's going to go into my monthly analytics, I guess. I don't know. I'm like blushing. Anyways. Oh, someone's here. Samwo. So my friend Shooting and I are filming a couple videos next week. This place that I'm talking about, this chain that's very important to Chinese people in the States, I've never been to one before, which is insane. Like, I should have definitely been to one by now, but I never have. And she was, like, completely shocked when I told her I'd never been. And she is extremely excited. So, Shooting is, I'm going to get this so wrong. She's from Guangdong province for sure. So, southern China. And so the food that she tends to gravitate towards is very different than the food I gravitate towards, because I like started out in Nanjing, which is considered southern China, but I didn't have a whole lot of food, like I didn't have an understanding of the food culture very well there. Then when we got to Beijing, I really latched on to food, and I was like, this is my food. So I don't know if it's that I like northern Chinese food better than southern Chinese food, or I don't know if it's that I was more comfortable in Beijing, so I sought out more restaurants and cuisine than I did when I was in Nanjing. I have no idea. But anyways, my view of Chinese food is kind of like northern Chinese. And so Shooting wants to show me some sort of Southern Chinese food, which I feel like this is like the third time she's showed me like something like this. Like, I don't know. Shooting's awesome. She has a blog in Chinese, by the way, which and a YouTube channel. She just started a YouTube channel, and she's in Iceland right now. So, and she just got a new camera. This is all very exciting. So expect some collabs with Shooting. I'm so excited. What was I saying? Samwo. Samwo was her. So she sent me an email that was like, let's go out to eat. We need to go out to eat. And she put this whole list together, and I saw Samwo, and I was like, I've heard of that. I've never been. It's the oldest Chinese restaurant in San Francisco. I have to go. We're going. So that's kind of how that came about. And then it turned into like, does anyone else want to go? And it was like a group of 9 people. It was really fun. Really, really fun. And I was already in the city anyways. So basically I'd planned that out, and I was like, I'm going to do something in the city. And that's when I filmed the like the 420 like celebration thing beforehand. So yeah, that's the little background on the Samwo video. Also, it's funny because like my husband Eric speaks Mandarin, and a lot of Chinatown in San Francisco is Cantonese speaking. So we were like walking through this park, it's between like, it's near Clay Street. That's the only street I know for sure. It's like near Clay Street. It's right across from Samwo. My favorite park in San Francisco to go people watch. It is the most Chinese park I've ever been into in the United States. I'm just making sure the stream's so good. Okay, perfect. And we were walking through there, and there were like guys, like old Chinese guys just sitting there like smoking cigarettes and like gambling, like playing cards and like betting money. And then there were like the older Chinese ladies, like the ayis, like watching the little babies, like their grandkids and all this stuff. And they were all speaking Chinese, but I could tell it wasn't Mandarin. And I'm like, Eric, how does it feel to not know what they say? Like, you don't know what they're saying. It's so strange. And he's like, I know, it's kind of annoying. And it's funny because Ryan. Hi, Ryan. We have the same last name. That's kind of interesting. But so do like a lot of people, huh? Portsmouth. I think that's the one. I think it's Portsmouth. If Portsmouth is like on Clay Street, and I can't remember the cross street off the top of my head. I feel like it's Washington, but it's probably not. Yeah, I don't know off the top of my head. It's probably Portsmouth, though. It sounds super, super familiar. That's such a good park for people watching in Chinatown. You should definitely go there. Like, go get some dim sum from a good Mongkok bakery, and then go get a baked pork bun from the, Eastern Bakery, and then you need to go to Portsmouth Square Park, and people watch. Great day. That's a great day right there. Anyways, let's skip to Mount Diablo. So I have always wanted to go to Mount Diablo ever since I saw it on the map, ever since we moved to the East Bay more than a year ago. I had no idea what was up there. I'm like, let's hike it. It can't be that bad. I hiked Mission Peak, which is very tall. And I'm like, it couldn't be worse than that. Oh, it's worse than that. Jesse! I'm just going to keep making that face. I'm like, stop it. Thank you. Abe's Treat Fund. You know, with the last $5, we got him, we put it towards his birthday gifts. And he had a bunch of stuffed animals. He had one that we named Chippy, one that we named Hedgie, and one that we named Heffy. They're all dead. So maybe we'll get him a new one. He'll love it. Thank you. That's so nice. Jesse just super chatted $5. Thank you, Jesse. Mount Diablo. So basically, like, we were going to hike it, and then we just were hungover. So we didn't hike it. So I'm going to be back to Mount Diablo, and we're going to do a massive hike. And we are actually, since we like lost out on Yosemite, you know, we didn't get to go to Yosemite. I was thinking, you know, what's the goal with Yosemite? What do we want to do there? Is there a big hike we want to do that we want to train for? And the big one is Half Dome, which is insane. Just look up hiking Half Dome Yosemite, and you're going to be like, you are insane. What is wrong with you? You're going to die. Basically, there's like a 50% or less chance that you are actually going to make it to the top just because of weather alone. Other than that, you have to train for it. Like, I mean, Eric and I are just we're not like mountain hikers. So So we really want to train for Half Dome at some point. He just started a new job recently, which is good. It's all good. But everything's hectic. So I'm hoping that soon we can get the ball rolling on like getting to that Half Dome mark. But Mount Diablo is a great first start because it's uphill. We can do like a 6 or 7 mile round trip hike. But it's not as uphill and terrifying as Half Dome. So yeah, so Mount Diablo, that day we were like, let's just drive. And it was so different than I expected. And also the big part you didn't see was getting stuck behind a lot of cyclists. Just like cyclists all the way up, like mountain cyclists. It was completely insane. Yeah, those people are crazy. Let's see what other videos. Argentine food. I tried empanadas and alfajor. If you guys haven't seen that, go check it out. I'm doing a series called Eating Around the World in the Bay Area. Eating Around the World in the Bay Area. The point is to taste a lot of different cultures within the Bay Area because this is such a melting pot of culture. So I did Argentine food recently, which is funny because before that I'm like, Japanese food, Chinese food, more Chinese food, more Chinese food. And then I'm like, okay, let's do Argentine food, like some kind of South American food. I want to hit up some more continents. So the next one I want to hit up is Africa. I want to eat some Nigerian food and some Liberian food, both of which are very close to me. So that's going to be happening very soon. I'm actually probably, which is crazy because I've only had, the time I tasted empanadas, that was the first time I'd ever had empanadas in my whole life. And I'm actually probably, I think the place I'm going to tonight has empanadas. And that's where I'm eating my dinner. So I'm probably eating empanadas again. I should bring some Lactaid, probably. So yeah, I'm looking for more places in the Bay Area to go taste cultures at. And every time someone recommends something to me, I have this like note going on my phone where I just write down what the recommendation is. So I have this growing list of recommendations from locals. And so that's kind of what I'm striving for. So if you are either from the Bay or if you're from a place with amazing food or you've been to a place with amazing food, like some particular cultural cuisine that I might not think to search, definitely go check it out. Katie, they have, guess what? A vegan empanada at that place. So next time I go, I will taste the vegan empanada. Apparently it is like one of their best ones. People are saying they're very, very proud of their vegan empanada. Like they did it up because apparently Argentina is not the most vegan friendly place. So when I try the vegan empanada, I will put it on my Instagram stories and I will let you know that it's there so you can go check it out. Yeah, let's see. It was so, so good. People were asking about the alfajor. Honestly, not one of my favorite things because it was so soft. I'm really like, I don't know what it is. Maybe because I have giant teeth. It's true. Sad and true. But I love crispy stuff. Like I want crunchy, crispy, like that's what I want with a dessert. I want it to have like either like some creaminess or some crunchiness or, you know, like combination crispy, crunchy, creamy, whatever. The alfajor was like soft and caramely all the way through. So it wasn't my favorite thing. And I found out that the mate I tried is mate cochina. Mate cochina? Yeah. Which is a weaker version of the traditional mate that's drank out of those mate mugs. So I'm going to try real mate eventually later on. I might make a whole video about it because mate has like a history, like a full-on Wikipedia page, long history to uncover, lots of cultural implications and ceremonies and all kinds of things. Children drink it, which I think is funny and awesome. I totally drank coffee when I was 12. I don't know if you can tell. Yeah, I've been addicted to black coffee since I was 16, you guys. It's a real problem. Yeah, anyways, every time I talk about caffeine, that topic comes up. Yay, Katie, I'm glad you like the idea of the vegan empanada. Hi, Lee Mean. Oh my gosh, it's been forever. Lee Mean usually joins my live stream, so it's good to see you. I was just talking a little bit about behind the scenes of some of my recent videos. Let's see. So other than that, here's the deal with Yosemite. Yosemite is insane. I want to go to Yosemite Valley. It is like, anytime you see a picture of Yosemite, it's like there's a 90% chance it was taken somewhere in the valley area. I've been wanting to go there for a very, very, very long time. It is not very far away from my house, like maybe 3.5, 4 hours, something like that, 4 hours drive. And it's like near impossible to go because of the reservations. Like, it's just really hard to be able to stay the night there. So I'm definitely really, really strongly considering having what I'd like to call an insane day. So an insane explorer's day, where I leave at some ungodly hour in the morning. And I have a feeling Eric will not want to join me on this adventure because he's not down for stuff like this. If I leave at some ridiculous hour, like 5 a.m., and I get into Yosemite around 8:30, 9 a.m., I get in the park, I have a whole day of exploring and picture taking and like checking it out and all this stuff, and then I leave around like, sunset and come home. It sounds insane, but if I have to do Yosemite that way, I'm going to do Yosemite that way. I don't know what I have to do. I was really hoping to turn it into a camping trip, but it's so hard. Like, go on Yosemite's reservations website. Go try to book a campsite. I dare you. It is so hard. It's ridiculous. And if you have a dog, like, forget it. There's also first come, first serve camping, but it's a little, there's a lot of restrictions on it, and it's really annoying. And apparently they put 8 people per campsite, no matter how many people you have. So, and they'll split groups up too. With Eric and I, we would be together, but like, we would have 6 other people on our campsite with us, which is not the end of the world, but I'm just like, is that how we have to do Yosemite? Maybe we need to make some sacrifices is what has to happen. So yeah, we'll go eventually. The hybrid car. That was a random video. Yeah, things were crazy. The research it took to get to that car and get to that point, which we were on a real crunch time to get a second car. Like, we needed a second car. There was no way around it. It's really hard in the Bay Area to get going on your career path when you have a car that you're sharing with someone. It's really hard. Yeah. Basically, my job requires me to have a car. There's no way I can do my job without a car. There's just no way to get there. Maybe someday in the future, I'll be remote more often. That's cool. Eric also requires a car, like no way around it. So we had to get a car. I did not want a second car, but we had to make it happen, blah, blah, blah. The research was intense, you guys, and buying a car is not a small decision. It's expensive. So I already didn't want to buy it, and then there's all this research coming up, and then we had so much going on, and I was just like, the only thing I know how to make a video of right now is the hybrid car. So I put that video up, and in retrospect, I don't regret putting the video up, but I wish I had just considered like taking a break that week and just not putting a video up at all, which may happen from time to time moving forward, depending on what's going on. So yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Like, I want to prioritize quality over quantity, but at the same time, I want to get one video up every week, like minimum, for you guys. So that's been a real struggle for me lately. So that's the background story behind the hybrid car. Other than that, Anacortes video and teppanyaki video, those are the last things on my list. The teppanyaki thing, I had never been to teppanyaki, and I got invited to that maybe like 2 hours before it happened, and I was like, sure, I don't know what that is, but let's do it. And so I showed up, and I did not know what I was in for, and it was exciting and fun, and the food was just like, this is overpriced. So that was that. Anacortes, that's my hometown. I've been needing to make a top 10 to do an Anacortes video for a very, very long time. That trip was really just to go see my family. I hadn't like reconnected with my family in a while, and my best friend who still lives at home, she had a baby that I hadn't met yet, who is like, how old is he now? I don't know. He's older. He just started like moving and grooving, you know what I mean? Like, he's like starting to crawl and like get around. So I don't know what age they are when they do that, but he's that age. I don't know. Can you tell I don't have children? So I wanted to go meet the baby. I wanted to meet my parents' puppy. I wanted to see my brother. I wanted to meet his longtime girlfriend that I have never met before. She's so nice, you guys. I won't go into too much detail so I don't embarrass her, but she's from Brazil. And it's really cool to hear her talk about Brazil. Like, it's just so interesting. I'm just really into that culture sharing, and so it's really, really nice. And see my parents. So that's where that trip came from. That's why I went. Let me catch up in the comments, and then I'm going to wrap up here. So if there's any last minute things you guys want to say, you have another a couple minutes to say so, and then I got to go. And then we will definitely hang out again soon, you guys. I want to do live streams like once a month. I really think that's a good way to go. Okay, what do we got on here? I should drink wine while I read these. Lee mean I'm working from home until about 10:30. You can keep up till 7:30 your time. It's not happening. I love the request, though. I really love the request. Luckily, I have about, I don't know, probably like 500 hours of video content. So if you miss my voice, you can go there. Oh, and I just uploaded to Instagram stories today. I think I already made the pitch about going and following my Instagram, but Instagram.com/laurenwithoutfear, I think. Yep, pretty sure. Instagram stories has gotten a lot more interesting. I actually filmed stuff for Instagram stories on a hike recently. It's one of my favorite hikes in the Bay. And then I forgot to post it, I didn't have reception in the woods. So I was like, oh, I'll have to repost this. And then, whatever. I posted that 4, 5, 6 days late, something like that. So that's actually all up there. So my Instagram stories is full right now. So for the next 22 hours, you should go check out my Instagram stories. Jesse, yeah, car buying is intense for sure. It totally is. Did you know that the average American does more research about their new car purchase than they do about having a baby? That's some statistic that people throw out there. I don't know that that's for sure a true thing, but it's some statistic that I hear a lot. I think it's really interesting. I don't know. I watch a lot of family vloggers, so I feel like I've already done a lot of research about babies, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm in for in the future. Jency said, I'm going to Shanghai for a month at the end of June. Your videos were insightful to know what to expect. Living in the Bahamas is like living in paradise every day. That's amazing. Also, Shanghai for a month. That sounds also amazing. At the end of June, have an amazing time. I hope you have a great, great time. If you have any questions about it, definitely email me. Shanghai's not that far away. I struggle between saying Shanghai and Shanghai because when you're in Shanghai, that's how you say it. Li Min, thank you so much. Li Min just super chatted $2. You guys are so nice. Stop it. She says marathon live stream, please. Katie says I love your live streams. You guys are so nice. It's so weird. During a live stream, just real talk. I'll get back to Jency's comment in just a second. But real talk, during a live stream, I constantly think I'm inadequate. My life's not interesting enough to have a live stream. I've chat about random stuff and I just chat and people probably get bored and whatever. So hearing these comments from you guys is really, really nice. So thank you so much. Yeah, but mental battles, it's just a thing. It's hard to know what's truth and reality when your brain is trying to murder you. That's dark. Anyways, Jency. Shanghai. In America, we can say Shanghai. Or Shanghai. I don't know why people always emphasize the hi, Shanghai. But I tend to divert to Shanghai, which makes me sound like a pretentious butthole. But anyways, you choose. You do you. You choose which one you want to say. I'm just going to say Shanghai for now. Shanghai's not very far away from Nanjing. So there is a lot of commonality in the food. And I was going to say the culture, but I'm Shanghai, people kind of call Shanghai one of the most Western cities in China. But I know that I didn't spend enough time in Shanghai to know it deeply. So I did actually make a video called Beijing versus Shanghai. Maybe that's how you found my my content, but you should go watch that. It has all my thoughts on Shanghai. But yeah, it's a fun place. So I hope you have a really good time. Let's see. Now we're going to talk about the Bahamas. Subtropical climate, beautiful beaches, great food, great people. The Bahamas is an archipelago. I never know how to say that word. Archipelago? Let's say it really bad. Archipelago. Yep, that's how you say it now. Archipelago. Made up of many islands and cays. Therefore, you can go on many different adventures to other islands. That's what I hear. I feel like if you live in the Caribbean, do you just have a boat? Or maybe boat rides just aren't as expensive as they are around here. If I was to try to take a boat ride in the Bay Area, whoo, it's going to be expensive, but I'm assuming the Caribbean isn't too bad. I'm going to go someday, like for sure, definitely, especially with the work that I have right now, definitely going to be in the Caribbean at some point. So I'm excited to give my perspective of it, but I love that you love it. That's really awesome. And I hope you have a great time in Shanghai. If any of you, I'm going to try to wrap it up. Li-Ming, I'm so sorry. I can't do a marathon live stream. I already committed myself to go meet up with a friend in Oakland tonight, who I haven't seen in a really, really long time. So I need to wrap it up, but I really appreciate you super chatting, and I will live stream every month. That's my goal. I'm going to say it out loud because it's more likely to happen that way. I'm going to try to live stream once a month. Yep. I'm like doubting myself. Can you see it? But I'm going to try. I'm going to really try. Li-Ming says Shenzhen is a very westernized city as well. That's what I hear. I really want to go to Shenzhen, like really bad. I want to go back to China, and I want to go visit a lot of areas in China. Before you leave, Lauren, as always, your live stream was enjoyable. Thank you, Jessie. I'm so glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, thank you to Li-Ming, Jessie, Katie, Jency. Am I missing anybody? Oh, Ryan, thank you to everyone who participated in the comments and who hung out for this live stream. It's been a really good time, and I always want to like go longer than I say I'm going to. Like I'm like 6 minutes over now, and I was like, I'm going to stop right at 5:15, but I'm so bad at this. Jency, I'm going to Shanghai, Nanjing, and Beijing. Oh, have an amazing time. That's so awesome. Ooh, Nanjing. You should email me if you want recommendations or if you have any questions. It's laurenwithoutfear@gmail.com. I've got a lot of knowledge about Nanjing and Beijing, so let me know if you want. Nanjing's a really interesting place, and your experience there is going to be so different depending on where in the city you are, because it's a huge, huge city. I could not believe how big that freaking city is. Like, estimated population is around, by the police department, like the local police department, so Wikipedia wouldn't say this, but the local police department estimates Nanjing's population to be verging on 10 million. Yeah, it's insane. And I had never even heard of it before that. So, yeah. Anyways, wow. I need to wrap it up. I really appreciate you guys hanging out. It's been a really good time. I'm going to chug my wine real quick with y'all. How about that's how we end this? Woo! Let's go. All right. Anyways, way more party girl than I actually am. Okay. I guess I have to say goodbye. It's so hard to say goodbye. Okay, bye.